Live.
Good morning. Good morning, all. Welcome.
Morning.
I'm taking off my mask. I'm sure you saw me with it on before, because that is what we ought to do. We ought to come prepared and make sure.
There's an echo. There's an echo. Technical person. There's an echo. Latabo there. There's an echo.
So,
Go ahead.
Oh, you just mute her. You just muted her.
I think.
I'm not hearing your latte.
He has muted me. Can
Okay.
not hearing? Are you hearing us now?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm hearing your cloud and layer.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead now.
Hi, Carol.
Hey, Becky.
Good morning, all. Welcome. In virtual world, welcome. So I'm bringing greetings on behalf of our HOD, the Dr. Orville Taylor, and we just want to say welcome all to the Faculty of Social Sciences, Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. You have chosen well, and we're excited to have you with us. We're looking forward to a wonderful 3 years, in some instances, 4 years in others. We're at exciting times. COVID has made us, realize how resilient we are as not only as a faculty, but as a university. And that is why we are #1 in the Caribbean and Commonwealth, and 4th overall on the global scale. So we're excited that you have chosen to study with us and in our department, and you will meet wonderful people in our department. We are all experts in our area with the social sciences. We are the persons who are the doers, and we are the behind the scene persons. We have sociology, psychology, and not to mention social work. So welcome again. My name is Sandra Latibadier. Why do I do this? My name is Sandra Latibadier, and I'm the head of the unit for social work. And we're excited and happy that you are with us in these exciting times. COVID has created some innovative ways. I think we should dub ourselves innovators, because as we navigate all of what COVID has put in place for us, we have changed how we deliver our programs. We have delivered how we deliver our services to you, our walk-in clients. We have COVID has created our creativity to the fore, and we are excited on this new journey that we're all embarking on. And I'm going to declare and decree from now that we are going to be successful, because we are all navigating this together. So nobody knows, and as we go on and we engage with all that COVID has brought onto us, we're going to find in ourselves how creative, how innovative, how disciplined, and the fact that we can still overcome. So with me this morning in studio, in virtual land in the office, I have Dr. Rose Johnson. She's the head of psychology. Mr. Watt, who is our right hand, he's our office manager, our go-to person, our support system, and Dr. Orville Bedford, coordinator for sociology. And you can see how excited we are that you are joining this wonderful, wonderful department. And the dean is online. Associate Dean Marina Ramkisoon is with Dr. Carol James. There are so many changes that COVID has brought on to us that I'm still trying to reel and get with it. So work with me while we do that. So as I mentioned before, and I'm not going to belabor COVID, but COVID has really set us up to do many things. So going forward, we're going to be going online. So all our courses will be online. We'll be learning online, and again, that is going to require of you a particular kind of mindset. You're going to have to be more disciplined. You're going to have to be more self-directed. You're going to have to be more manage your time a lot better. You're going to have to be able to organize yourselves a little better. You'll be working from home, and so for some of us who are working from home, we have added responsibilities. So we're going to be at home. We're going to have to manage our families because our children will be home with us, for many of us. Our parents may be also working from home. So what I'm going to ask you, and this is just my advice to you, sign a contract with the persons in your household. Talk to them, be open, communicate with them. The part of the maturity that you're going to have is that you're going to have to ask for what you want. So because you're going to be working from home, there are going to be some expectations of you from not only your children and your partners and anybody else that you're looking after, any older adults that you're looking after. So you're going to have to be clear about what it is that you want. You're going to have to be clear about the times that you're going to need to go online to do your courses, because the courses are not going to be less demanding, because we're not going to lower our standards in order to facilitate COVID. You're still going to have to work just as hard, because our programs are going to be just as rigorous. They're going to be just as quality that we have agreed that we're going to provide for you. That is not going to change. So you're going to have to work with us, and you're still going to have to push out as much as you did under no COVID. So before I continue chatting my life away, I'm going to ask Dr. Johnson just to tell you a little bit about the psychology program and what we offer, and then I will come back.
Good morning and welcome everybody to our department, our faculty. I think that our department contains specialties and specializations that are needed regardless of how technologically advanced the world becomes. And in particular, psychology, in my mind, is gonna continue to thrive regardless of what's going on. I wanna welcome all students, but in particular, I wanna say a special welcome to our psychology majors. We have a unit. I'm the coordinator of the psychology unit, not the head. I'm just the coordinator. And I take every opportunity to remind people that there is one head, I'm the coordinator. But the psychology unit, I think that there are about 14, 15 of us. And we are coming from quite a diverse background. Many of us were trained overseas. We also have Caribbean trained psychologists. We're bringing quite a bit of specializations to the unit. And so what I would encourage all students to do is to get to know your lecturers personally. Especially those of you who are planning to go on to graduate work. Make yourself known. Make sure we know your name and we can associate a face with a name. We have really interesting research projects going on. So for undergrads, please seek us out so you can become involved at a really early stage. There are other activities that you can also become involved in that relates to outreach and advocacy. So again, do everything that you can to make sure that you know us, we know you, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. I would also say that given that many of us are involved in what we call direct service, and by that I mean we are involved with helping people to solve problems, helping people to feel better about themselves. We're very involved in helping organizations with issues that relate to motivation and productivity. Our interests are wide and varied. There are many of us who are involved in trauma, and so make sure that you seek us out. Make sure that you look on our website to get a sense of what are the areas of interest. Because what I can guarantee you is that you're gonna find something that is gonna stir your passion in the field, so that when you engage, you're engaging from a place of excitement and motivation. So welcome again. Just based on what my colleague, Ms. Latibodier, just said, we're in a constant state of adjustment. And just understand that even though this might feel stressful, what I would encourage you to remember is that it's only during times of adjustment and stress and strain that we have the maximum opportunity to grow. And so over the next 3 years, as we grow together, I want to encourage you to also have fun. Have fun as you're learning whatever it is that you're learning, and continue to be committed to making a difference at the level of the individual, at the level of group, at the level of organizations. And psychology as a discipline is that discipline that's going to allow you to function at all those different realms. Again, congratulations for starting this new phase and chapter in your life. And just make sure that as you grow and develop, you're also balancing fun, seriousness, flexibility, and all of that. Thank you, and looking forward to meeting all of you. Bye-bye.
Dr. Gill. Oh, go ahead, Dr. Gill.
We're getting feedback from you.
Dr. Gill has joined us here.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Dr. Johnson. Are you hearing me? So thank you for that, Dr. Johnson. I'm going to ask, Dr. Gale is setting up, but I'm just going to ask Dr. Gale just to bring greetings and to tell you a little bit about sociology. Dr. Gale?
All right, let me just say good morning.
Yeah, turn off that one, yeah.
All right, let me just say good morning, everyone. Well, just a few words, and that is, we're in a situation where everybody has a little bit of anxiety, and I'm very happy happy that we had the psychologist telling you a little bit about how to calm down. You must always, it's a rule of law, you must always have a psychologist with you in the midst of madness. And what it says is that we are a complete team, right? If you look at this department, you'll see that even though some students said to me in the past, "Sir, what's the name of the department with the hell of a long name?" And I said, Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work, etc. And then I had to remind the student, don't write on the etc. That was just my spin on it. But we're here together, we work together, and one of the things I've said to everybody is that because of how our department is constructed, it means that anything at all in the behavioral sciences you're interested in, right, this is the place to be. And remember, the more trauma that the world has, is the greater the demand for the social sciences, especially our department. But let me say that again without prejudice, especially our department. And so I want to just bring greetings and encourage everyone. I know some of us are going to feel a little bit daunted. We feel like, oh my goodness, you know, there's lots of ONGs now on SCI, right? So you understand millennial language, right? That's going to be happening now because you are doing something new. For many of us who are online very often, we take it for granted too, that, oh, I've been online a lot, so therefore I understand. No. Learning online and chatting online, two separate things, right? Remember, there's a joke about, you know, you can know 10 and communicate 100 because the internet provides you with an extremely powerful machine to really communicate. But in order for you to ask a single question in life, you first need to know material so you can construct a question. So that's your first lesson in philosophy. It's true. Anybody who asks a question already knows something. Anybody who puts up their hand and you see them stuck with the question in their throat, simple language. They don't know what to ask yet. They need to listen a little bit more. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that when you come in, right, the bulk of your work, if not for some people, all of your work will be online. And that's a challenge. But we have done some work to make things a little bit easier for you. The first thing is that we're nice people. Okay, that is the first thing. Believe me, in life, it's important that you're working with nice people, people who care, people who give a hoot, I would say, from where I'm from in the country, Westmoreland. All right, yeah, does he give a hoot? Yes, we give a hoot, and we give even the all, everything that relates to the hoot. We care. That's our history. Some of us even care too much. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that we've provided you with recordings that you can always go back to. And we've even done the research. Oh, by the way, our students did the research for us. See how good we are here, right? That says why some people like online and why some people don't like online. And the biggest weakness we found online teaching and learning is that some people say they lack the discipline. And that doesn't come overnight, right? The rural students, the studies have shown, who get up 4 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the morning and take out goat, those have the greatest discipline. But some of us will have to learn how to discipline ourselves so we can get the work done. But if we develop a good relationship with each other, we will be reminding each other that we need to do the work and so forth. So a lot of changes, some of it will be better for you because you will get the chance to work more closely with persons. All right, and the final thing and greatest access about working online or virtually is the fact that you always will have access to your instructor or lecturer. Send him an email, send her an email, and believe me, we will be ensuring that our colleagues and everybody communicate with you. All right, it's not too much of a challenge, right? Oh, and I didn't tell you that for some persons in some courses, the grades were slightly better. Okay, see, right, yeah man, so we love the grades, right? So stay with us, work with us, and we work together as a team, and we'll be a little bit better off than you expected, all right? Jaja bless.
This sharing screen. But I'm sure it makes sense.
Thank you for that, Dr. Gale. And I mentioned that I am social work, so just to give you a quick insight into social work. So our program offers a array of courses that is geared at growing, not only growing you individually, but preparing you for the profession that you're going to take part in. In our first year, we do what is called a human skills lab. And in that human skills lab, we get to know, persons get to know themselves to see whether or not they are ready for practice. So in the first year, we spend a lot of time, doing introspection. And for quite a number of our students, we have lost some and we have gained some. Some persons can't deal with touchy-feely. They say that it is too much for them, so they decide that they don't want to stay with us anymore. But for those who stay on, because remember, once you're doing social work, and Dr. Gale mentioned it about caring, and Dr. Johnson mentioned the same thing about caring, we are very involved with our students. So we tend to, because social work is about, you're the tool. So you are the tool that you use to work with your clients. If your tool is not ready, your tool meaning you, the individual, is not ready, then you can't go and you can't help other persons, because we're the tool that we use. Our mind, our values, and our experiences that we use. So we're looking forward to having our social work students, working with you and bringing you to fruition, that you can go and take your positions in human services organizations as leaders. So welcome again. I'm going to ask Dr. Bedford to just give a few words, and then I'm going to show you to the website, and then you'll see how you can do your registration and what our websites look like, and then we'll talk about advising, academic advising, and that's at 1 o'clock. Dr. Bedford, turn over to you.
Thank you, Latibodier. We just also want to acknowledge Donisha Burkizan and Janet Phillips Higgins from the office. Donisha also teach psychology, and Mrs. Phillips Higgins from the office, who a number you will interface with her. Sociologists are seldom a few words. We are always have many words. But just want to add to what Ms. Latibodi had said, that we and Dr. Gale, that we are in different times. And so this is where the social sciences really should excel, because we are the ones that are now needed in this difficult time with COVID-19. We have a number of exciting courses, as Dr. Gale told us, for sociology. And I think we in sociology have one of the most exciting courses in Caribbean culture. I don't know if we'll get to go where they get and the Rasta camp in Montego Bay or wherever, but we do have a lot of exciting things planned. One other thing I want to say to you is that if you are having difficulties in any of your program, be it social work, psychology, or sociology, let us know early, Dr. Gale. So we are here for you to come to us, but please, I'm seeing too many students coming late. So for example, you have an exam on May 10th, say, and you're having difficulty, power gone in your area, and so on. We don't hear from you till July or in August. No, we are saying get in touch with us as quickly as possible. Try and send an email or WhatsApp. Some of you have our WhatsApp. My phone number is on the course outline, and so it's the same number as the WhatsApp number. Send a WhatsApp. So I didn't do the exam. JPS was out in the area for the entire day. What do I do, or as the case may be? And so get in touch with us as quickly as possible, because we are here to help you. We are here to help every single one of you, and to ensure that you do very well at your tertiary level in your course, in your program of study. And so I want to welcome you again to sociology, but also to the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. We look forward to having a wonderful year with all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Bedford. All right, so in virtual land, I'm going to share a screen, and I'm going to show you our website and how you can go and do your registration and select your courses. So this is the, Okay.
Nice.
So take your time, look on, giving you instructions about safety. So you have your advising this afternoon, 1 to 4. You need to email us. You have the email addresses for us.
You're going too fast.
So the email.
SPS work is the department's email, SPS work.
So SPS work at uwmona.edu.jm. That's the department's web email address. So if you need to get in contact with the department, then you will use that email address. And you have our telephone numbers, you have the social work, psychology, and HRD. So part of that long name department that Dr. Gill spoke about, HRD is also a part of that. And they offer a graduate program only. So while the others offer undergrad, BSc, and a master's program, the HRD only has a graduate program. And always reminding you about safety first. So, I will stop sharing the screen. All right, so we'll scroll through again, one more time. So we have in the department, demography, labor and employment relations, psychology, social anthropology, social policy, social work, and sociology. And this afternoon, we will be having academic advising, 1 to 4. And we're doing the welcome now. For safety, we are encouraging no walking as best as possible. That is why we're giving you our telephone numbers and our email addresses that you can contact us. And our admin offices are open every day from 8:30 to 4.
We'll be closed tomorrow.
And we will be closed tomorrow for that very important day tomorrow. And to encourage safety, we're giving you some safety tips to ensure that we do what we need to do to ensure that the virus is not spread. All right, so that is what you want to. Come, Mr. Walk. So I'm going to invite Mr. Walk for 2 minutes to say something. So you'll at least see our faces. You'll at least have some friendly faces that you will recognize, and then we can direct you to other friendly people. So Mr. Walk. Oh.
Good morning and welcome to the Department of Sociology, Psychology and Social Work, where we always look out for the entire human being. Our department is really geared towards helping and assisting our students the best way we can.
I think it's Becky.
No, I just want to maybe point out just a few things to you that just to ensure that when during your studies that the faculty or the brochure, the orientation, when you are doing your orientation, that the brochure that you would use to enter your program, that's the brochure that is going to guide you for the entire duration of your studies, to ensure that you follow it closely. If you should have questions concerning any anything concerning your program, you can direct them to the office. I would encourage students not to speak to other students or former graduates concerning your program. Because sometimes when you get information from them, the information is misleading. So we are encouraging you to direct all your queries to the administrative offices. If you cannot find your lecturer, please ensure that you consult with the main office. We are here to help. We also want you to take special key on plagiarism. This department does not, especially the university as a whole, but our department does not appreciate plagiarism. There is guidelines in the brochure concerning plagiarism. We're asking you to adhere to those rules. Plagiarism is just really taking other person's intellectual property that does not belong to you, and you don't cite it in the manner in which you should. You don't make reference to it. So we are encouraging students to ensure that you pay attention to your work when you are doing your quotations, citing other person's work, to ensure that it's done properly. Just to re-emphasize that the L Center, where if you should find yourself in need of healthcare, the L Center is available to you. I think you would have heard about that earlier, maybe in the orientation on Monday. We too encourage you to consult with the Health Center to ensure that you stay healthy, and if there is a problem, you should have a problem concerning, say for instance, you are about to do an exam and you fall ill, ensure that even if you are not on campus and wherever you are, your physician, ensure that your physician, you get a letter from your physician and you take it to the health center, and the health center will in turn refer the case to examination and notify us. So we are encouraging you to ensure that you consult with our health services if in case there's a health issue with you, and especially during examination time. Because most times that is when people get sick. When the exam is coming up, then students start getting sick. So we encourage you to do the right thing. There is also, could you pass that? I just want to say to you that concerning your courses, I just want to say one thing on foundation courses. I just want to say one thing on foundation courses, that your foundation courses these are courses that you must do. Phone 1101, phone 1201, and phone 1013 or 1019. To ensure that you register for those courses and register for them early. You will be notified or give more information on those courses when you are doing your academic advising later on today. So don't worry about it now, but you will be notified as you go along. During their studies, I'm going to also encourage students to keep up their GPA. I encourage you, because there are a lot of students have issues with GPA, especially when it comes on to graduation. So you have to ensure you start from early, start from your very first year. Start from your very first year to ensure that you maintain a very good GPA. Because students will be asked to withdraw if you have GPA of less than 2 over at least 2 consecutive semesters, right? So we're going to ask you, please, and we don't want to get to that level where we're asking students to withdraw because of your performance. So we're going to say to you, to encourage you to pay attention to your studies and to keep up a very good GPA. All right, that is all that I have for now. Just ensure that, remember to consult our department, make use of the contacts that is given out on our website, emails and telephone numbers. We are here to assist you. We will be equipped. We are equipped enough to attend to all of your needs. So have a wonderful year. In spite of the challenges that we are facing, we know we can conquer, we can get over it. We have gone through a semester of it already, and we are even more prepared to take on the further challenges that we may have. So thank you, and looking forward to a wonderful year.
Connection. So wonderful. So we're going good. We're doing good so far. I'm going to ask Dr. Gale just to say a few words about social anthropology.
All right. All right, so
You have to turn off that. What it's using that as opposed to the computer Zoom. It's using the projector. He should have set it up.
all right, let me see if we can, right, I think we're good now. All right. This is part of online experience, everyone. You will have duplication sometimes, but that's just life. All right, so social anthropology is one of the options we have, but we want to talk a little bit about social anthropology. We also want to take a few of your questions. I would suggest that you get into the chat and just begin to type away with your brain fully engaged. And so a friend of mine said to me the other day that we have some questions that we can ask with brain off mode. Whichever of the questions you have, just send them to us and we'll begin to see if we can look at some of them. But let me take a couple minutes. There are 4 branches of anthropology, and social anthropology is the mother of anthropology. So we already know about archaeology. We who are anthropologists, we call them the diggers because they're always digging. It's just our nickname for them. The anthropology, we're the type of people who like to we actually joke around with each other. So we have the linguistic anthropologists, which are to be found in the humanities group. On this campus, yes, people don't know, but there is linguistic anthropology over by humanities. We do social anthropology here in the social sciences. There's also medical anthropology, physical and medical anthropology, which we do not offer here at UWI. And then, of course, archaeology, which is also offered over by humanities. So humanities offer two of the branches, and we offer one here, which is social anthropology. Now, what are we concerned about? We're concerned about the human species. And for those persons who are confused about the difference between sociology and anthropology, this is where the big difference is. In sociology, it examines social interaction, as in how society exists and so forth. Anthropology, we are concerned about the human species. So therefore, we combine biological, or what is called nature rather, with nurture. So both the social and biological sides are brought together. So if you look at the physical and biological anthropology, which have tidbits in social anthropology, you'll see that we do stuff like anthropology of social media. Yeah, shocker. We do zooanthropology, as in how humans relate to their animals. Why is it some Europeans prefer their dogs more than their neighbors? As anthropologists, we want to know these things, right? We also have anthropology of gender, which is a combination of gender studies and anthropology. We do psychological anthropology, which is to look at why is it that groups behave in a particular way. So if you look at group behavior, anywhere at all on earth a Jamaican is, you can identify them. I'll give you an instance. I was in Times Square in 2012, I think, somewhere there, right? And a woman fell down and 5 Jamaican men picked her up. Take your time and absorb that. That requires a moment. Times Square, which is one of the busiest centers in the world, a woman fell down, right? In a culture where if you pick up the woman and pick her up bad, she can sue you. 5 Jamaican men say, we not care, we come from a yard, we have pick up the woman because of his sister. Which is why you realize how basically social bipolar we are, which is that in the same year we were the most violent, we were also the happiest people on earth. But that in its essence is psychological anthropology. We want to know why a group on earth behaves a little bit cracked sometimes, I'm telling you straight up, and why we have these warmth and at the same time such aggression and all of that combined. So one of the things I've said to persons when you come into a department that is as versatile as ours, try not to just set yourself down and focus, right? Focus is good, but try not to leave a department that is so multifaceted and walk away with absolutely nothing but what you come to do. Unless you're doing a special, right? Because the specials operate in that way. But even if the special has one little space that says free elective, run over anthropology or run over sociology or run over someplace else, depending on what you're doing, and pick up a course. Because I've said to people, the direction the world is going is that, and I can back a little bit. When I was a kid, right, JSC, right, was the requirement to be a human being. JSC, you know, I'm certain many of you have never heard that thing. It means Jamaica School Certificate. And I passed it at 10 years old, and they gave me a drive-through Sablamar because at 10 years old I was qualified for college. No, don't nerd me out. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is simply that that was what was required of you to be a functioning human being. Then it moved up to London and Cambridge, GCE, then CXC, and now it is having a first degree. If you don't have a first degree, you're really not very functional, and therefore we say to people, try and get your first degree to be as balanced as possible so you can learn as much as possible. All right? It means, and you try and understand this, right? When you do courses across the different disciplines in the social sciences, you are going to find that one course relates to the other in ways you never understood, and that you're better able to do very well. So that's my encouragement to you. We have a minor and a major in anthropology. Anthropology includes a lot of field work, and let me answer the question before it is asked. How are we going to be doing a lot of field work during COVID? We will not be doing that, okay? We will not be taking you into the field a lot so you can get the COVID experience, because that's not the course. The course is not called the COVID experience. But we will be drawing on the experiences that you've had in your lives and helping you to understand the social and psychological and developmental and economical anthropology. Yes, they even have economic anthropology, right? And even a zooanthropology of understanding what on earth has been happening to you. Which is why if you go online and look, you'll see that there's even an article called the anthropology of COVID. Why is it that Jamaicans would delay for so long in getting a high amount of COVID? Yes, we even wrote that. We like outside, we're very warm, but we're not going to wear a mask because we're very rebellious, because we've been through slavery, nobody can stay here again, and then we're going to get it. So when other countries, yes, we did predict that when other countries are getting better, Jamaica will get worse because it will take a long time to spread here. But when it does get here and get at the community level, we're going to spread it a lot because we not put no foot to no foot and no elbow to no elbow. We need to hug and feel the warmth because life hard. So yes, so there is an area to be studied for everything in this department, and I want us to focus on trying to get as much of it as possible. I share this last bit of experience with you before we start to take your questions. Or we find out if any other member of staff wants to speak to you in a bit. When I went to England to study in 2000, I remember everybody saying to me, guess what? You could finish your PhD in 5 years. And then three of my supervisors, I had a whole sea of supervisors, said to me, you are at SOAS. Why would you leave the Caribbean and come to SOAS and rush your PhD? Look at your school fee, it costs £16,000. We can take money from that to send you to Germany to learn body reading. We can send you to Plymouth to learn military skills. And so I did it all. I didn't finish until 7 years, but I came back home knowing violence, which is what I went to study. This is the precise experience I want you to be able to share with somebody 5 years from now. Come to us, try and do something from other departments, psychology, social work, any course at all is available, and try to leave here when you're done with your first degree as the most comprehensive person. What's the word? Is it wrong then? Because a friend of mine said to me, Hers, I am rounded, physically, so I didn't say rounded. Try and have the most comprehensive knowledge you can. All right? Let me turn over to any member. I see Carol James. Let me see who else we have. We have quite a few persons. I'm going to ask them now to just pop their hand up or just jump in and say a few words of greetings and advice. Who would be the first to pop a hand up or jump in? Okay, so we have a game that we play in live. If nobody jumps in, we let them jump in. Oh, Carol has.
Dr. James Bateman.
Carol came in before we just tagged her. All right, Carol.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. I think this is a very exciting time for us. I mean, it is pretty challenging, but what I've found is that in these challenges, it really allows us to get into our internal resources, help us to pull from that and be very creative in terms of how we approach life. And this department is gonna work with you on developing some of those tools necessary. So a better understanding of society, better understanding of the way in which we operate, better understanding in terms of your own mindset. So I'm excited for you to join us during this academic year and for other years to follow. So yes, I do agree with my colleagues for you to reach out to us and engage with us, because the media, social media platforms, they're set up for that. And in as much as we're not physically present with you, it does allow us to have more communication and more interaction. Thank you.
All right, let me just see if we can move to some of your questions. So I'm going to go into chat. I don't see anybody else jumping in, so I'm going to go to chat and see what we have. It's blank.
Because I think Janet is dealing with some of those, Janet is dealing with questions.
All right.
And then one of them.
Mrs. Higgins. Higgins there.
Could she answer some of those questions aloud, maybe?
Mrs. Higgins.
I guess she's not.
Yeah, I think she has one.
No, I don't think she has that video or.
She don't have one.
Mhm.
She don't have one. I don't think she has one.
All right. Can we ask students to, if there's a pressing question that can't wait until later, and usually there are about 3 to 6 questions. We're human beings. We always have 3 to 6 questions. Remember, at this stage, we take even the half questions, because remember at the beginning I told you that you have to have knowledge to ask a question, which is a principle in philosophy. But we'll take the half questions now, even or OMG, or sigh, or scratch head.
Mhm. Do you see how many people are on?
No, I don't think we get that. I think Janet, I don't know what she has taken something, but she's answering questions over there. I think it's only the IT person, he knows how many persons.
Right.
Because really, this wasn't set up for question and answer. This was
I see, I see.
Just the,
Just the talk one we
so
talk.
Janet says she's answering questions online.
Okay. They should have just done Zoom as opposed to this.
So you have anything else to say before we leave it? Make sure we stay on.
Yeah, man. So thanks for staying the long haul with us. I just wanted to just say something before I forget. I want you to know that the department recognizes hard work. So we have what is called an honor society for those students who do exceptionally well. For students who do well in different courses in the department, we also recognize those hard work. So we're not only about hard work, but we also recognize when you have done exceptionally well. So we would encourage you to continue, start out strong. We're here to support you. So in the event that you have your concern about anything, please reach out to your departments, reach out to our the heads of units, reach out to the administrators. They're always accessible, and we are here to support you. Our department is the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. It is the behavioral sciences, and we practice what we preach. So we will not leave you unattended. Just a few suggestions I would say to you. Don't stop doing what you did before COVID. All of those things that you have done before in terms of your study practices, those will not have changed. Discipline, good planning, staying focused, asking for support when you need it, those things have not changed. What we would encourage you to do though, if you are having challenges that you on your own cannot solve, we suggest strongly that you visit the health center. If it is more than the health center can help, then we are asking you take a leave of absence if that be the case. So we're asking you to self-care, and self-care is always important. So on that very note, we're going to say welcome again. Thank you for choosing the Department of Sociology and Psychology and Social Work and the University of the West Indies Mona campus. So have a wonderful afternoon, and you are invited to join us at 1 o'clock with your questions when we have our advising sessions. Have a wonderful afternoon.